Thank you for joining me. Today I want to go over what is compound interest or what is compound growth. In the most basic terms, it's the interest you get for interest you already got, or rather paid, depending on whether or not you're taking a loan or you're investing money or putting money into savings. So as a concrete example, if you get 10% interest on a $100 deposit somewhere, then in the first year you obviously get $10, but in the second year you get $11 because you get 10% interest on $110. And things tend to go up quite significantly from there. So over 10 years, a 2% interest per year compounded is 21.9% total interest. So instead of getting 20% interest, if you didn't compound it, you get 21.9%, so you almost get one extra year there. But if you get 10% interest, you get 159% total interest, or you get about 6 extra years there, which is like over 50% extra. But the more dramatic things is the longer term you view things. So over 30 years, the 2% interest is 81% total interest. So instead of 30 years, which would be 60%, you get 81%. So you're getting 11 extra years. But the 10% example, if you have 10% interest over 30 years, you have 1,645% total interest, or 164 times, which means instead of 30 years, you get 164 years. So the compounding effect speeds up a lot with higher interest rates, and it speeds up a lot with longer terms. So seeing the savings account example, if you get an interest rate of 0.1%, even compounded over 100 years, that does not get you very far. But if you're investing money in the S&P 500 in an index fund, the 9% annually over 30 years will get you almost 1,500%. So that also very important. If you have a 4% mortgage, for example, over 30 years, if you don't pay anything on the principal, that would compound a lot. But there's basically no way to really structure a mortgage to where you pay compound interest. Generally, you always pay at least the interest every year. But if you did, the 30-year mortgage would balloon to quite a drastic payment of like 4 times the purchase price of a house. So, credit cards are a good example of that. If you're paying 25% interest on a credit card and you make the minimum payments, that balance goes out of hand very quickly, and it goes to such significant amounts that eventually you're never going to be able to pay it off. So basically try to never pay 25% interest, because it's ridiculous how fast that compounds, and you're paying double the amount every 4 years. So make sure to never pay 25% interest, and obviously you should never get anything for more than what you would get as a return on the S&P 500, which means try to stay under the 7% range. But like a mortgage, generally don't pay it off early, because you can get an S&P 500 index fund, you get 9% return on your money, which means it's a 5% difference between a 4% mortgage and the return you get on the index fund. So you're basically making money by not paying it off early. Make sure to subscribe if you want more videos like this. I'm coming out with new videos every day before market open. I hope you have a successful day.